Today, we take a look at a creature that is literally larger than life. By large, I mean, this is the single biggest NPC in Garry's mod. Birdwatcher has been officially trounced. And if you don't believe me, well, here's Birdwatcher right here. And you can see it's not even close. Even if you consider height as the only measurement, he is still considerably taller. But of course, that's not even considering the actual physical mass. Like, look how much NPC this is. Look, this is FLATGRASS. See that square? That is FLATGRASS. This thing is about as long as the entire map of FLATGRASS. How can you, what? I am flabbergasted. I've seen big, but this is honestly probably too big for Garry's mod. Unless I can find a map bigger than FLATGRASS, we're gonna have an issue here. Now, of course, guys, yes, this is another Trevor Henderson creature. In fact, it's an addition to the Trevor Henderson Giants pack. And this is probably going to be the final addition to that pack, unless Joel can make something even bigger than this. I'm sure he could, but I don't think it would make a lot of sense to. This guy is the size of FLATGRASS. What do you guys say we take a closer look now at the Behemoth from the Trevor Henderson's Giant pack? If you suggested this, I know a lot of you did, you'll be down below. If you guys want to suggest a mod, do it in the comment section down below or in my Discord page in the description. Let's now take a closer look at the Behemoth. Hey guys, how's it going? I'm not even going to fly all the way down to the ground because we're going to have to go all the way back up. But you know what? Just to give you guys some perspective on the sheer size of this guy, we'll spawn him right here. Okay. Look at this. It's almost scary. It's almost like when we made all the NPCs massive. If you want to check that video out, I'll put it in the top right corner. But it's just like that. In fact, can we even make this thing grow? I don't think so. So, it's just insane. Like, this is his foot. That's his toe. His toe is bigger than a lot of the NPCs we showcase. I'm honestly flabbergasted, guys. We're rocking 1,000,000 health. 1,000,000. It's kind of funny. The last creature we took a look at also had 1,000,000. Anyway, hitting him is, well, it's futile. Simply because, okay, he has a big hitbox or a hurt box. So hitting him is not difficult. But taking down that 1,000,000 health is another situation on its own. It's so scary that you can't even back up enough to get a clear picture of what you're fighting. If you were to face this thing in battle, you'd have to go all the way to the back of the map just to be able to get a good look at him. And there you go. So what happens, of course, when you unleash the beast, so to speak? Well, when you're far away, even though, technically speaking, nothing's really far away from this guy. But anyway, he'll dig underground, and then he'll come out to attack you. Now, I've seen him constantly do this. It doesn't seem like he moves though. As you can see, he's kind of stuck. We could have gotten him stuck when we spawned him in. This is, again, guys, the issue, the dilemma with this NPC is you need all the room in the world for this guy. And I don't think many maps have that room in Garry's mod, at least in Source. So let's go ahead and, yep, he goes down and he comes up and kills you. Now he has a few attacks. He has the burrowing move, which we see right there. He also apparently has a stomp attack, which I don't think he's ever going to use because, well, he's just going to keep doing this burrowing attack. And guys, may I say how creepy it looks? Seeing his overblown model, which is already big, coming out of the skybox towards you to pretty much devour you whole. Like, that's not even him above ground. That's him in the skybox. If we go down, this is where he's at. He's down here because his body is so big that when he goes underneath the map, he appears in the skybox and we see him as this overgrown, even bigger model size. In fact, he's so big you can always see his model in the skybox. It's insane. Now, I'm not a big fan of this, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you, keep it real. I don't like that he's only doing this ability. Maybe if we spawn more NPCs, we'll get a different result, but because you're pretty much always going to be at a set distance, he's always going to want to burrow underground, and I don't know, it's just kind of lame. I kind of was hoping he'd be more above ground. Now, of course, guys, we can't even hope to take this guy on. Now, I'm not a god, but I do got a shotgun that one-shots most NPCs. And it does indeed work. We killed him in one shot, although he also killed us. Alright, so fighting him isn't all that fun. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm a little disappointed in that. I was hoping that maybe there could be more flexibility in combat. I know that against something so insignificantly small like me, I'm sure the Behemoth would rather just dig underground and come up when he needs to. That also means he's protected, so if we wanted to fight him, well, we're even more screwed. But it's still not a very enjoyable way to fight something. Like if this was like a badass Titan boss and you wanted to have an epic fight, well, it's not all that fun when he's just kind of underground all the time and comes up and one-shots you. But of course, again, this thing is just so out of our league. He's really going to shine when we pit him up against other massive behemoths. But before we do that, what do you guys say we take control of the Behemoth? To finally just gauge the immense scale that this model occupies, we could see now the entirety of FLATGRASS is just a few steps away. So, you know what that means, right? This is probably one of the fastest NPCs. And I know it might seem laughable looking at the way he moves now, but when you consider the sheer size. Okay, so watch, we'll go to the back. Okay, we're at the end of the map. We're going to walk forward now until we hit the end of the map. It's only going to take him like 5 steps, and there we are. That was around 4 or 5 seconds. Can you think of any NPC that can run from FLATGRASS to the next end within 45 seconds? Okay, yes, the Toho NPCs. But I'm talking like any NPC that isn't a big titty anime chick. You're going to be hard-pressed to find something that can really cross that distance that quickly. And to just kind of gauge how quick he really is, let's go into first-person mode. So this is first person. Now, I gotta say, it's not that bad. I actually like the implementation of first person on this guy. You can see our gigantic mouth. Left click is the bite move, and now we can really see his moves in action. So, is that a bite or a tail swipe? It looks like it ranges. So we have a bite and a tail swipe and a headbutt. Now the headbutt is only really seen when you're fighting other giant creatures, when it's just the NPC. So guys, of course, at the end of the video, we are going to have an NPC battle pretty much against a bunch of other NPCs. But before we do that, I want to really gauge the strength of the Behemoth by just controlling him ourselves. We're going to be fighting Ares here. Now, the thing about Ares is that he has crazy, and it's just insane how much we dwarf Ares. It's almost like he's like a little kid. Anyway, enough about the size. We've gone on about that. Either we're not getting any attacks in, or Ares is just healing it all off. Let me make sure that he's actually, yeah. Let's let him come after us, because that might cause issues. So, left click is the bite. Right click should be the execution. I think... And we just one-shotted Ares. One-shotted the God of War, guys. Great, this is going to be awesome. Now, it's all going to come down to whether or not the NPC chooses to do this action. If he does decide instead to do the fruitless attacks like the headbutt and the tail whip and the bite, well, it's going to be kind of hard for him to even damage Ares, but of course we didn't even get to see his health bar anyway. Guys, there's a lot of talking in this video, I'm sorry, it's just there's a lot to take in. Alright guys, so first up, of course, we're going to be doing Behemoth versus Ares. Now this time again, we're going to be letting them fight their own way. So maybe Ares will get enough hits in to actually take the Behemoth down. Let's go ahead and find out. And there we have it, guys, and that was the thing I was talking about. That's what I was worried about, because the Behemoth could have very easily just right-clicked, or in his case, do the execution, and he would have pretty much taken out Ares in one bite. But because the NPC did not choose to do that, he unfortunately lost that fight. Now, if we did this again, he might choose the execution option. In fact, we're going to do this a few more times just to make sure. Alright, round 2. I put them a bit further away. Let's see if that makes any difference. And there we have it, guys. So I did a few of these off camera, and in every single one of them, Ares defeated the Behemoth. Now, I probably should have seen Ares' health, but we could probably assume that, well, it's max. Simply because Ares has an insane healing factor that any damage that was done prior is probably healed off anyway. So we can see that the potential is there, but the Behemoth just doesn't choose the option often enough. Next up, and only because I know a lot of you guys are going to want to know, but we have the Incredible Hulk versus the Behemoth. Let's see if the Green Man himself can take down the largest creature ever to step foot within Garry's mod. It's going to be really hard to see the Hulk considering he's green, so he blends in with the grass, but I'm going to do my best to try to stay out of the way, but to get a good view, and, well, let's see how it goes. Alright guys, just chiming in for a second. So it took a good minute for the Hulk to really get in there. We can see that Behemoth is choosing to do the stomp attack. Health-wise, the Behemoth is taking damage. A nice amount of damage, in fact. The Hulk, on the other hand... The Hulk is taking damage, but not nearly enough. I'm starting to wonder if that stomp's even doing any damage. It is doing some damage, but it's not enough to take out his healing factor. This is going to be a fight where it's a very, very, very slow win for the Incredible Hulk. Now, luckily, I can change time, and you guys are watching an edited version, so I'm going to really make time go fast, and we'll see who wins. Alright guys, so I just activated host timescale 10, and I'm pretty sure the Behemoth used the execution on the Hulk. Right when I did that, man, why didn't we get that on camera? I knew that was going to be the only saving grace for the Behemoth to win. It would have been a slow burn and the Behemoth would have lost if he hadn't have done that. But we can see, I mean... we don't see no World Breaker Hulk here, guys. This is just the Behemoth, so the Behemoth did win. Oh no, you know what? I'm so dumb. The Behemoth has a special attack, guys. When he gets under 750,000 health, he does a crushing stomp that destroys most NPCs and even props, regardless of their health. That's what happened. Look at his health. He just went under that threshold. The Hulk got pulverized. It's unfortunate that that didn't seem to work on Ares for some reason. Maybe because when Ares stomps, he does 500,000 health every hit. Who knows? So of course, guys, I had to do it. The King of the Titans, the last biggest NPC versus the new biggest. And like I said, guys, it's not even close. It still blows my mind. Let's see if the Behemoth can take on Birdwatcher. Alright, that wasn't much of a battle. Behemoth just completely pulverized Birdwatcher, guys, so on to the next one. Next up is the Nexus. It's going to be interesting because the Nexus does have some special requirements to fight it, and let's see if the Behemoth is able to take up the challenge. Alright guys, just here to chime in. For some reason the Nexus is just floating away. I have no clue why, but I can't even grab it. In terms of the fight, guys, honestly the Nexus didn't even really get a hit in, and the Behemoth apparently didn't even get a hit in either because the Nexus is full health. And now he's just floating up in the heavens. He just pretty much said, this shit, I'm out. But that, my friends, is pretty much the Behemoth in a nutshell. A massive NPC that has the capability to destroy anything in its path. Whether you have an entire army, once he gets down to that threshold, everything gets destroyed. Now, if you're able to kill him quick enough, which isn't very easy when you have 1,000,000 health, then you are able to pretty much bypass this. But I digress, guys. What an amazing NPC. Definitely check it out. Could definitely be better in terms of a player versus player thing, but this thing wasn't meant to fight players, guys. It really wasn't. It's just meant to go over the top to make as big of an NPC as you can make. And I mean, in terms of that, I think he succeeded. So if you guys like this video, let me know by leaving a like down below. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And guys, let me know what you want to see in the next video down below or in the Discord down in the description. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter, and you can check out my other YouTube channels down below as well. Guys, again, thanks so much for watching this video to the end. I'll see you in the next video, guys. And until next time, I can't even go out to his face. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching, and farewell. Hey guys, as always, the last video I did will be on the left, a random video will be on the right, my socials are down below, and as always, thanks for watching.